Who knows? Could be compatibility issues.
Okay.
Right person, wrong time.
You got to be crazy if you think I'd never helped or gave her a couple dollars to grab some food, or she gave me some money to go get some food. You know what I mean? We were in a relationship for 5 years.
All right, so we need to talk about what just happened, because Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend just went viral saying something about him that has the entire Swiftie fanbase calling for a restraining order. It's a mess, and we're getting into all of it. Let's start with the Kayla Nicole situation, because this one has taken over every timeline. So Kayla appeared on a TikTok live blind dating session hosted by Love Island's Ace Green, and during the conversation, she was asked how long she's been single. She said it's been about 3 years, which, for anyone doing the math, lines up almost exactly with when she and Travis split in 2022.
It's gonna be, when was your last relationship?
Probably like 3 years ago now.
3 years ago.
Been a long time.
Then Green asked why that last relationship didn't work out, and Kayla's response was the thing that lit the internet on fire. She said, and we're paraphrasing here, that it could have been compatibility issues, and then added that it was the right person at the wrong time. She never said Travis's name, not once, but the timeline, the wording, the context, fans immediately connected the dots, and within hours the clip was everywhere.
Why did your last relationship not work?
Who knows? Could be compatibility issues.
Okay.
Right person, wrong time.
Now, here's where it gets really heated. Swifties did not take this well. At all. The backlash was immediate and brutal. One fan wrote that she's romanticizing a situationship that ended in 2022 and pointed out that we've had 2 Olympics since then. Another said the man literally called Taylor the love of his life in her documentary, and yet Kayla is still acting like he's her soulmate. Someone else wrote that it's time for a restraining order because the behavior is getting obsessive. And another fan said she's venturing into restraining order territory and that they've never seen someone take this long to get over a breakup. The phrase, right person, wrong time, was trending for most of the weekend, and the debate was split between people who think Kayla is just processing her feelings publicly, which honestly, everyone processes differently, and people who think the timing is deliberately provocative, given that Travis and Taylor's wedding is reportedly just months away. What makes this even messier is the history. Kayla and Travis dated on and off for 5 years, from 2017 to 2022. She slid into his DMs on New Year's, they built a real relationship, and it ended, though neither of them has ever fully explained why. Travis addressed the breakup once on the Pivot podcast, shutting down rumors that he was cheap and saying they were in a relationship for 5 years and lent each other money and supported each other.
You got to be crazy if you think I'd never helped or gave her a couple dollars to grab some food, or she gave me some money to go get some food. You know what I mean? We were in a relationship for 5 years. I would never say that I was supporting her. She had a very financially stable life and what she was doing in her career.
Since then, Kayla has appeared on Special Forces, where she cried talking about the public breakup.
Public breakup, it's been overwhelming.
Wait, who's your ex?
She did a performance with Toni Braxton that fans interpreted as a dig, and now this. Meanwhile, Taylor has never publicly acknowledged Kayla, though some Swifties believe Opalite contains a subtle reference. And Kayla herself said during the TikTok live that dating in 2026 is just hard all the way around, and that the bar is in hell, adding that her new list of requirements starts with having a job, which got a laugh, but also felt like someone who's genuinely struggling with moving on in a very public way.
The bar really is in hell these days, right? You know, because it's like a job. Like, when we start there, you have work to do. You have something to do besides bugging me all day. I mean, I'm more so like invested in people's character and personality. Okay. I used to have like a very like detailed physical descriptors and like career and no kids. All of that stuff kind of goes out the window.
Now, while the Kayla drama was consuming social media, the football side of Travis's life got even more interesting, because ESPN basically turned into a debate stage over whether the Chiefs should bring him back. On one side, former NFL executive Mike Tannenbaum doubled down on his take from last week, saying flat out that he wouldn't re-sign Kelce. His argument is that front offices and head coaches have to make honest and sober observations about paying players for what they're going to do, not what they've done.
I wouldn't do it. And that's when you're in the front office and you're a head coach, you have to make the honest and sober observation that you want to pay a player for what they're going to do, not what they've done.
He said Travis is slowing down, pointed to young tight ends in the draft like Kenyon Sadiq, Max Clare, and Michael Trigg, and basically told the Chiefs to honor Travis and move on.
He is slowing down. I know Jason had some statistics there. There's some really good tight ends in the draft, like Kenyon Sadiq, Max Clare, Michael Trigg, amongst others. If I'm Kansas City, go get the next guy, honor Travis Kelce for what he's done.
On the other side, former NFL defensive back Jason McCourty wasn't having any of it. He called bringing Travis back a no-brainer and said we sometimes get so caught up in the fact that Travis has been so good for so long that any slight dip makes people think he's done.
I think sometimes we get caught up on the fact that Travis Kelce's been so good throughout his career that when he has a little bit of a slide, we look at it and say, oh, he's no longer good. Absolutely, we're bringing him back, not only because of what he's done and what he means. He's going to obviously be a first ballot Hall of Famer and what he's done in the Kansas City Chiefs uniform.
McCourty pointed out that Travis still led the Chiefs in receptions, yards, targets, and was tied for the team lead in touchdowns, and that he's still a very productive player who deserves to be in that uniform.
This is still a very productive player that deserves to still be in that Kansas City Chiefs uniform. He still was at the top in the NFL when it comes to reception and yards among tight ends. So he is still up there, and he's also at 11 yards per catch. That's up since 2022.
The contrast between the two takes was wild. One guy says honor him and let him go. The other says it's the most obvious decision the Chiefs will make all offseason. And honestly, the numbers back McCourty up. 76 catches, 851 yards, 5 touchdowns. For most tight ends in the league, that's a career year. For Travis, it's apparently grounds for retirement. And then there's the emotional layer that Jason Kelce added this week. In an exclusive interview ahead of the Super Bowl, Jason admitted that it feels weird not having Travis in the game or being in it himself. He told People that it hasn't happened in a while, referencing the 3-year stretch where either he or Travis or both were suiting up for the biggest game in football. That run started with the Kelce Bowl in 2023 when the Chiefs faced the Eagles, continued through Travis's Super Bowl appearances in 2024 and 2025, and now for the first time since then, neither brother is on the field. Jason also said he and Kylie have a packed schedule during Super Bowl week with New Heights events and her not going to lie commitments. But you could tell the absence of being a player or watching his brother be one still hits different. He retired at 36 after 13 seasons with the Eagles, and Travis is now the same age with the same number of seasons deciding whether to do the same thing. Meanwhile, the narrative that's been bubbling up online, and honestly this one is a stretch, is the claim that Travis is choosing football fame over Taylor. The logic, if you can call it that, goes something like this. Travis is about to get married. He has a million off-field ventures. Taylor reportedly wants to settle into married life, and yet he's still talking about coming back for another season instead of riding off into the sunset with his fiancée. Sources close to the couple have pushed back on this hard, saying Taylor has always supported Travis's football career and would never ask him to retire before he's ready. Travis himself said on New Heights earlier this year that there's still a lot of love for the game and that if his body can heal up and he feels confident he can give it another full run, he'd do it in a heartbeat.
If my body can heal up and rest up and I can feel confident that I can go out there and give it another 18, 20, 21 week run, I think I would do it in a heartbeat. There's a lot of love for the game that's still there, and I don't think I'll ever lose that. Just being a regular human for a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, and trying to figure out what I'm going to do next in terms of my future in football.
The idea that playing football somehow means he's choosing fame over Taylor fundamentally misunderstands how these two operate. Taylor was at every game she could attend. She built her entire album cycle around his schedule. She literally wrote songs about him in a football context. If anything, Travis coming back means Taylor gets another season of being the most famous wag on the planet, and she seems perfectly fine with that. And through all of this noise, the ex-girlfriend drama, the ESPN debates, the retirement speculation, the wedding countdown, Travis and Taylor's steakhouse situation quietly got more complicated. The 1587 Prime trademark lawsuit with the sneaker company is still active, and Patrick Mahomes is named alongside Travis in the filing. The sneaker brand claims the restaurant name causes consumer confusion, and they want it shut down. It's probably not going to derail anything major, but it's another thing on the pile during what's already one of the busiest off-seasons of Travis's life. The bigger picture here is that Travis Kelce is standing at the intersection of literally every major life decision a person can face: marriage, career, legacy, public perception, and he's doing it all at the same time while his ex is going viral. ESPN is debating his worth, his brother is getting emotional about the void, and the entire world is watching. Whether he comes back for year 14 or walks away with 3 rings and a wedding date, one thing is clear: nobody in sports is living a more fascinating life right now. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.